What just happened in the NFL might be the most shocking move we've seen in the last decade, maybe even in league history. This is not a drill. This is not a rumor. Christian McCaffrey, the all-star, record-shattering, game-changing running back, is heading to the Dallas Cowboys. And get this. The deal is reportedly worth a jaw-dropping $280 million. Yes, you heard that right. $280 million. This isn't just a blockbuster trade. This is an earth-shaking, dynasty-altering, league-defining moment that will have ripple effects across every NFL franchise and every fan base. Strap in because we're breaking it all down: how it happened, why it happened, what this means for the 49ers, what this means for the Cowboys, and what this means for the entire NFL going forward. Let's take it from the top. Christian McCaffrey, the centerpiece of the San Francisco 49ers explosive offense, the man who just finished a historic season with over 2,000 total yards and 21 touchdowns, the player some analysts were calling the best all-around running back since LaDainian Tomlinson. He's been traded to Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys. America's team. The team with a long history of star power and massive expectations. This trade? It just flipped the entire 2025 NFL season upside down. Sources close to both organizations have confirmed that the Cowboys and 49ers had been in secret talks for weeks. Not a single leak until now. No insiders tweeting hints. No reporters catching wind of the negotiations. This thing was locked down tighter than Fort Knox. And then, boom. Just like that, the news breaks: McCaffrey to Dallas. The Cowboys are sending draft picks, cash, and performance-based incentives in a package that totals, when you include the full value of the deal, a record-setting $280 million. This is the highest-valued trade in NFL history, surpassing anything we've seen before. Forget Herschel Walker. Forget Russell Wilson. This is next level. Now, let's talk about the why. Why would the 49ers trade away the best offensive weapon they've had in years? Why break up a Super Bowl contending team? Why now? Word is, this move wasn't about talent. It wasn't about performance. It was about money, contracts, and long-term planning. The 49ers are stacked: Brock Purdy on a rookie deal, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, all needing or already on big contracts. They're trying to keep the core together, and while McCaffrey is a superstar, he's also a luxury. He was entering the final years of a massive deal with extensions looming, and the Niners were staring down the barrel of cap hell. This trade gives them cap relief, draft flexibility, and room to pay their young stars. But Dallas? Oh, Dallas isn't worried about cap space. Jerry Jones saw an opportunity to strike, and he went all in. This is vintage Jerry. Flashy. Aggressive. No holds barred. He wanted a game changer in that backfield. Someone who could take pressure off Dak Prescott, punish defenses, and give the Cowboys a true identity again. And now, with McCaffrey in that backfield, lining up next to Dak, catching passes, slicing through defensive fronts, the Cowboys just went from playoff contender to legitimate Super Bowl favorite overnight. Imagine this offense. Dak Prescott under center. Christian McCaffrey in motion. CeeDee Lamb out wide. Brandon Cooks stretching the field. Tony Pollard potentially still in rotation for 2 back sets. It's a nightmare for defensive coordinators. This Cowboys offense could now be the most dangerous we've seen since the days of Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin. And if you think McCaffrey is slowing down, think again. At just 28, he's still in his prime. He's coming off one of the most dominant seasons of his career, where he didn't just run the ball, he owned the game. Receiving, blocking, power runs. Outside the tackles. He did it all. And he stayed healthy. That's been the biggest knock on McCaffrey in the past, his durability. But in the last 2 seasons, he's proven he can handle the load. He's proven he's more than just a stat machine. He's a leader. He's a difference maker. Let's talk numbers. The deal includes a base salary of $60 million over the next 3 years, plus a massive $120 million signing bonus paid by Dallas. On top of that, McCaffrey has incentives that could push the total value of the deal to $280 million. These include rushing yards, milestones, touchdowns, playoff performance bonuses, and even MVP-level clauses. If McCaffrey hits all the benchmarks, which, let's be honest, he's going to cash in like no running back ever has. This isn't just about the money. This is about resetting the market, about showing that elite running backs do have value, that the right player in the right system can change the game. So, what happens to the 49ers now? Losing McCaffrey is huge. There's no sugarcoating it. But this team is still loaded. Elijah Mitchell is expected to step into a bigger role, and reports say the Niners are eyeing a couple of free agent backs and draft prospects they believe can fill the gap. Don't be surprised if they go after someone like Derrick Henry or a high-upside rookie. Kyle Shanahan's offense has always been plug-and-play when it comes to running backs. Remember, even before McCaffrey, Shanahan turned undrafted backs into stars. So while the loss hurts, the Niners aren't panicking. They're planning. Back in Dallas, the energy is electric. Cowboys fans are losing their minds. Social media is on fire. Jersey sales are already spiking. McCaffrey was spotted arriving in Dallas just hours after the trade broke, greeted by media, fans, and of course, Jerry Jones himself. The press conference is scheduled for tomorrow morning, but insiders say McCaffrey is already working out at the team facility, meeting with coaches, going over playbooks. He's ready to roll. He knows the pressure that comes with wearing the star on your helmet. He knows the expectations in Dallas are sky high. But if there's one guy who thrives in the spotlight, it's Christian McCaffrey. Think about what this means for Dak Prescott. For years, he's carried the burden of being the franchise QB, dealing with criticism every time the team falls short. But now, he's got one of the best weapons in football lining up behind him. This could be the move that finally unlocks Dak's full potential. It's no longer just on his shoulders. Defenses will be forced to stack the box to stop McCaffrey, which opens up the passing game. This trade doesn't just help McCaffrey, it could revive Dak's career. And let's not forget about Mike McCarthy. He's been on the hot seat in Dallas for a while now. Every year, it's Super Bowl or bust. Well now, it's officially Super Bowl or fired. There are no more excuses. He has all the tools. A top defense. An elite backfield. Star receivers. A Pro Bowl quarterback. If he can't win now, then he's not the guy. Period. As for the rest of the league, panic mode. Teams in the NFC East are scrambling. Philly, New York, Washington. They all have to adjust their plans. The Eagles were considered the NFC favorite just days ago. Now, that might change. McCaffrey changes the equation. This is the kind of move that makes front offices reconsider their strategy. Do you load up to compete now? Do you double down in the draft? Do you pray Dallas stumbles anyway? The ripple effect is already being felt. And let's talk legacy. If McCaffrey wins a Super Bowl in Dallas, if he delivers the Cowboys their first ring since 1995, he becomes an instant legend, a Cowboys icon. He'll go down not just as a great running back, but as a franchise savior. And that's exactly the kind of challenge